So, fuck, shit. I'm in my closet, cause that has the best audio. There's like fans blasting in my little room, cause I live in an apartment now with my dad. Cause, yeah, and I'm in the closet right now. I'm not gay. Maybe I am. I don't know. Well, I tried figuring that out. I don't think I'm gonna really. I'm too late in life to figure that out. Anyways, I'm 19. Woo, yay. Ring the bells, buzz the alarms, shoot the confetti. It's not really a big number. 18's a big number. You can vote, which I encourage all my friends to do, and then my friends kind of roll their eyes at me. That's always fun. 18, you can start, doing a lot more stuff. You still can't drink, still can't smoke. That's a 21 thing. So like 18 and 21 are big days. 20 is a mediocre day. I mean, that's like, you're 1/5 through your life. I know that's a dark thing to say, but yeah, it's true. I don't know. I'm happy to be 19. This week has definitely not been the best. And that's nobody's fault. It's just been hit after hit of bad news, and it's really sucked. And, I haven't really gotten the chance to hang out with, a whole lot of people. At least in my eyes. People might disagree. But in any case, I thought just shoot a message out there and talk about something nice. I feel like I've just had a really bad week, and I want to just talk about something nice and just cheer myself up and cheer maybe you up as well. So I wanted to tell a little thought of mine I've had past, I don't know, whenever months. About, like, I don't know, high school area. I went through a lot of bad stuff, I've had my ups and downs throughout high school, but I'd say senior year was my best year. I met the people that I really want to meet. I cemented my friendships even deeper with people I really had. And yeah, no, I made some mistakes and choices that, looking back, I feel like I could have taken differently, but I feel like it was a solid year altogether. And, even my mistakes and choices still, progressed me to become a better person and strive for further success. And I loved being a TA in theater, helping out the little theater kids, because they didn't know what they were doing. They're trying to figure themselves out, and I love it. They don't understand, our senior selves or whatever. We're all cemented in some way that we're just depressed, angsty. Not really, we're not any of that. We're more just like we know what we're kind of doing. We're stressing about it. But we've kind of figured out who we are as a person. And I think freshmen and sophomores are still trying to figure out who they are. And one of my favorite things I got to do was, one of my favorite memories of theater was a sophomore year, actually. I was still trying to figure out who I was. And, I looked up to a lot of the seniors and juniors. Because, I tend to look up to those older than me, and I wanted them to kind of respect me as well, and I was really looking for that respect. So we did a show. We did Clue, which was fun. I had a small role. I played a cop. I go in, have 30 lines, and then I die. But after every show, we'd have an after party at IHOP, and the IHOP was always fun, It'd be just like teenagers partying, making dumb decisions. I know one time someone smoked weed before they got into the IHOP, and that, people didn't like that for some reason. I don't know why. There was another time where my friend took a whole bunch of maple syrup and just poured it down their entire mouth. They were like, their entire throat was maple syrup, and it was very gross. But I think the second night we were at IHOP, I really started to feel like I was at a sort of home in high school. I found my place, and I was starting to figure out who I was. I'm a theater kid, which is not something you should be proud to say. You should be ashamed when you say that, really. But no, I still nonetheless, I was like, I'm a theater kid, you know? This is, where I am, and I was sitting at a table with three people who were three amazing people, and I just kind of thought back to, like, all my worst stuff where, like, I never figured out who I was in middle school, and I was very alone in 8th grade. It was an awful year, and I was just so happy of where I was now, and, it made me realize that, all these seniors and juniors around me, they're going to move on, they're going to go and do their own thing, and I'm probably never ever going to talk to them again. It made me sad, because I felt like this was my home, and the family members were just going away and not coming back. And I didn't want new family members. I was solid with the ones I had. I didn't want fucking new people. I knew I would have hated them. And so I kind of, like, those emotions got to me, where I was like, fuck, dude. We're midway through the school year, and I'm already starting to feel emotional about this. So I got up. I said I had to go to the bathroom. Instead, I actually just went outside the IHOP. I went behind it, and I just started crying. And I didn't want people to pay attention to me. I just wanted to keep to myself, cry, let those emotions out, and then just bottle it all up like the man I am, and then just, never talk about it again. But except this time, I went out there to cry, and I was crying for a bit. And all of a sudden, I just got a hug from the side from a really good friend. And I didn't need to say anything. I didn't need to say a single word. And I feel like he could already tell every emotion I was feeling, and that he could just cement the fact that in my mind, I feel like he cemented the fact that even if we're gone, our memories still stay, as corny as that is. And then another friend came up and gave me a hug. I had makeup on, so my tears were running down, the makeup's getting crazy, so I got some makeup wipes, and it was a memory that I hold very dear to myself, because I've never really cried in front of any theater kids. How, looking back now, I've only cried in front of, 5 theater kids altogether. I always feel vulnerable, like, people can tell I'm weak. I have this very masculine thought in my head of, like, never show people you're crying, because, it shows them that you're weak. As fucked up as that is. So, I kind of showed them I was weak. I showed them I was vulnerable, and they accepted it. And it really changed me a bit. I know the story itself doesn't sound that really compelling, but to me it was a lot. And it kind of made me realize that, people come and go in your life, but, you cherish those memories, and, sometimes you look back and you're sad that things didn't go well, but you still are fondly remembrant of those good times, and, you learn to move on. And I think I've been proud of that, because, people tend to get really sad, when people move on, start to do their own things, but, They just need to realize that they had to move on at some point. And so something I tried doing is, I didn't want to directly say that to people, but I definitely I wanted everyone to be able to have a good memory with me. So I always made an effort to talk to everyone, whether it be in the acting area, the tech area. Fuck, I'd even talk to some choir kids. I tried talking to as many people and getting as many names of people because I didn't want to forget people. And I wanted to be able to share a unique thing somehow with someone. So I feel like I was one of the few people who actually made an effort to keep talking to all the techs, because no one really likes talking to techs. And I learned all their names. I even TA'd for some of them, and I was really proud of, what I've done over the years and stuff. And I feel like senior year was a great year because I cemented good memories in there, and I left with a pretty good trail. A few spots, definitely a few spots, but I feel like I'm proud of how far I've gotten. And I've definitely had some downs. This week has definitely been a pretty bad fucking down. And I know it'll get better, but until it gets better, I'm just gonna keep holding on to those memories of all my friends and all the good things that have happened, and I'm just gonna hold on to them for a bit. I need them right now. It's been really fucking tough, and all I need right now is just some good memories. So yeah, that's my message.